All right, guys, so here's my Bombardier Can-Am 50. It's the exact same as a 90. So this is actually an Adley Hershey. All the parts are the same as Bombardier. So if you have either of those or an Arctic Cat 50/90 of these years, this is a 2003, then this brand made all the parts for all of them. You can look it up for yourself. But so on this one, it was stuttering real bad. Every time I give it any gas, it would just shut off. So I took the carb off. The float was set incorrectly, so I fixed that. I bent the little metal piece in there, and then the jets were also clogged. The pilot jet was very clogged, so I cleaned those. It ran for a second. I did actually get to ride it for like 2 seconds. And then it started doing the same thing where it bogged and it actually started idling a lot worse. And wouldn't run at all, but it would definitely move a little bit better, if that makes any sense. So I took the carb off, and I'll show you guys what I did in a second, but I'll show you what all I've done to this. I got brand new tires all around. I ended up painting these, wet sanding them, and clear coating them. I also did the same thing with this and some other pieces like chain guard, and then this guard right here. They were all completely rusted. I ordered this OEM from Can-Am website. I got a new air filter. The air box is actually over here. The seat's in good condition. But I got a new air filter. The air filter net's impossible to find online. Even the actual manufacturer reached out and they said they couldn't find it at all. None in stock. So for this thing, I painted this as well. This is all rusted off. But I put these on, put the Pro Taper bar pad on there. Oh, new battery, new spark plug. So painted this as well. New fuel lines, new fuel filter. Here's a petcock, I gotta put that back on. But I think I figured out the issue, and the issue was when I bent the little metal piece to the float. It's not allowing the float, the needle valve, to raise at all to let any gas in, which is why it's not getting enough gas. I thought it might have been originally a fuel line issue, so I bought all new fuel lines. It didn't work. So I ordered it, a carb rebuild kit. So I'll have the extra pieces if something else breaks in the future, but for now I'm just going to fix that little needle valve, and I'll show you guys what actually is going on with it. Alright, so here's the setup. Carb's all clean. This is actually an OEM carb. I've had this ATV since new. This thing was disgusting. These actually come stock with a carb little liner, so you can't even adjust anything if you need to. You have to break that to get it off. Here's a float. I think the float's good, but the rebuild kit comes with a new one just in case. But this is the piece that's broken, guys. If that will focus. That little tiny spring right there is just worn. So I can show you, but that thing goes down. So the float rests on that, right? So when the float, if it's pushed down, the needle's always down. It's in this position. So I bent this little tab right here. Oh, if it'll focus. I bent that little tab. I ended up bending it back. I figured that didn't actually help because then it wouldn't raise the needle. So the rebuild kit should come in tomorrow, and I'll show you guys how I fix it. And I'm hoping this is the only issue. So since I couldn't find the needle valve online, what I did was I took a spring out of mechanical pencil, and then I cut it to fit right there. So we'll see if that fixes it. Alright, so got the car back on, and gas tank on, gas lines all connected, petcock's back on. but now I discovered it's seized. Won't move really at all. As much as I can get it to go. You know, last night I figured this out, so I put some WD-40 in the spark plug hole, covered it up, but still won't budge. So I'm gonna take this case off, get to the crank, and see if I can't loosen it up in there. All right, so I went ahead, took the case off, and I am now trying to get this variator bolt, I believe it's called. I have to get this off so I can get the crankshaft back there, and then see if it's still seized. But I'm having some trouble getting this off right now. I don't want to strip it, so let's see. There. There's a bolt. So yeah, I just really don't want to strip this because this thing is hard to find parts for, so I don't want to find another one, but let's do it. Okay, so it's not good. Okay, it's not what I want to happen. Shit. Ugh. There we go. So, really gotta get this bolt off here. I'm gonna try to spray some WD-40 on it. If that does anything. All right, well, now that I knocked that loose and it's spinning freely now, I actually don't, it's so smooth I don't even need to get to the actual crank. So right there, I just freed it up. I think it's just a little bit of rust that was, because it was sitting here and like absorbing all the moisture, piston. So I have the battery hooked up, and I'm gonna try to give it a start. And if this spins, we're good. Usually you can just kick it, but there's this one, it's actually attached to the crankcase, so I have to put the crankcase back on. But we're gonna give it a shot here. Just make sure. All right, ready to go. Just watch right here. Dead. Okay. Let's try it. Gotta turn the key. Right. There we go. All right. So we freed the engine now. So put it back together, and we'll see if we actually fix the carb issue now. Just had to take a little side break there. All right. So I was able to free the engine up here. So as you can see, it's on. So it's actually able to move now. Kickstarter too, obviously. But I was able to run it for a second, but it was running actually. I rode it without pressing the throttle one. So there's something going on with the throttle cable, I think. Possibly have to get in the carb again for that. I don't know, but I'm gonna figure it out right now. I'm gonna just go through the list. So, got a spark plug off right there. And we're just gonna test to see if we have spark here. Try to get a good angle there. Oh yeah, we got a good spark. So, theoretically, if I throw that in, It should start right up. I mean, it's getting gas, everything. I have a new fuel line on there. Filter. Okay, looks good. That could be on there better. I'll fix that connection right there. And should be good after that. Let's check our gas. Got plenty of gas in there. All right, well, we'll start putting the spark plug back in, see if we can get her started. All right, let's give it a shot now. Well, let's try to kick it. Fuel is off. Let's turn to reserve. The reason I'm turning to reserve is I don't trust this gas line yet. Or not that gas line, sorry. The new gas line I put in right there. That's a new one. It's the old one. Oh, I still didn't throw that on, but. All right, picking up where we left off. I've checked everything. Thing has good compression, 120 PSI. And so good compression, good spark. Everything's good with wiring and everything, so it's literally just a carb issue. I can't find a needle valve for it, so I had to go ahead and just order this Chinese carb. I know, but we're gonna throw this on, see if that fixes it. If it does, we might have a running machine here. All right, we got the carb off. Took about 5 minutes. So now, here's just a comparison of the two. So, you know, this one obviously is way cheaper, but as you can tell, you know, pretty identical. The only differences I can see is so there's the fuel line, and then this looks like a vacuum port. I'm gonna leave that on there. This one's also looks like I don't need. It's where the oil goes. So yeah, we'll throw it on there. See what happens. All right, so hardest part here is getting this needle off. So I've already gotten that off spring, and then I just have to feed it through this and then the new one on. But this part is only a really time-consuming piece. And then I also discovered that this oil line does not fit this, so I'm gonna have to put a new one on there, do something for now. But here's what it's looking like on there. All right, I got it all back together. I'm not gonna screw this on yet, but show you the carb real quick. So there she is. Everything fit on there good. You know, there's a little bit of, you know, that sizing right there isn't completely right because this little clamp doesn't go on, but I had to cut this again. But besides that, looks pretty good. The only hard part to get on was the needle. And so throttle cable, only issue, but let's try to start it. Gas. Okay. Good. right, boys. We finally got her fully running. Let's give her a quick start. So, she looks good. There's an issue with the fuel filter too. It was clogged, so I replaced that. There it is. Now it's filling up good. And then I had too little gas in here, so the gravity wasn't pulling it in. So, let's get it started. Well, anyways, that's the end of this one. Stay tuned for the Magnum build, Trailblazer build.